Hello, everyone, and welcome to Our Ventura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. On today's show, as part of our faith-based series, we are welcoming Pastor Matt Adrian. He is with the Crosspointe Church here in Ventura County. Thank you so much, Pastor Matt, for joining us today.
Thanks for inviting me. This is great to be with you.
Very good. I'd like you to give us a description of Crosspointe Church here in Ventura and some of the core beliefs that you have here.
Sure. Officially, I guess we would be considered a non-denominational church. If you really want to know, I probably align more as a Baptist than anything. I went to a Baptist school. A lot of our leadership has Baptist backgrounds, but even within some of our key leadership comes from some different, evangelical, but still conservative within our doctrine, background. So we are a church that we've been here in Ventura for about almost 4 years at this point. And we're not a huge church, even though our buildings sometimes suggest that we are. But we feel really blessed to be in this community. We feel like we are a church that we exist to help people find and follow Jesus. And like I was saying, we're pretty conservative within our doctrine. We believe in things like the infallibility of the Bible, salvation is by grace, a lot of those things as well.
Very good. What are some of the benefits to those who would like to be or who are participants in Crosspointe?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't necessarily think that we have like a corner on the market for this, but I do think that one of the most important reasons why God even organized churches to begin with is because we know that we were built for community and for relationships. One of the things I always say is that God could have just said, hey, here's a Bible, go and do this on your own. He could have said, let me just perform a bunch of miracles and make your life better. But what he did is said, I want to put you within a congregation, within an assembly of people. And I think one of the reasons why is that life is too hard to do on our own. And he knows that we need other people. So, at Crosspointe, one of our core values is the core value of unconditional love, that we say, for God so loved the world, so we refuse any form of prejudice. We love freely and frequently with no strings attached, because we know that people need that kind of unconditional love from God, but from other people as well. One of our core values is uncommon unity. That is, in a world that's full of so much division, we want to be united together. So that's one of the big benefits. And not just that, though, but to help you walk through tension, transition, trouble in your life, as well as accomplish some things that we could never do on our own.
Do you see a bigger group of people coming into the church these days than, say, maybe a year or two ago?
Oh, well, definitely more than a year ago.
Right.
COVID has been, one of the craziest seasons. We were a church that we were online for a while, we were outside for a while, but we definitely see more and more people coming on a regular basis back into a in-person worship environment. Although we are still doing some of our online stuff as well.
Nice. Okay. Give us some examples of the community benefits of Crosspointe Church. What goes on in the community and how you are an example to the community and some of the things that you contribute to the community.
Sure. We really want Ventura to be a better place because we are here. And one of the things that we feel very strongly about is that we don't want to try and reinvent the wheel when it comes to helping the community. That one of our driving principles is that we want to help come alongside some of the all-stars in our community. And like I was saying before, we're not necessarily a huge church, so we're not able to always come alongside with large dollars, but we can come alongside even in the form of using our facilities. So we've partnered, especially over the length of the pandemic, with organizations like Ventura Kids and Families Together, letting them run events through our parking lot. We've been able to do food drives for places like Project Understanding, as well as we've been able to do even some financial gifts to different organizations like the Ventura County Rescue Mission and Project Understanding as well. But we want to be the type of place where if people have needs for meeting space, or if there's projects that will help benefit the community, we want to come alongside because ultimately we believe that God put us here to be the hands and the feet of Him here in the flesh.
Big help to the community. That makes a big difference to so many people out there. Can anyone come and visit and participate in your services and the many events that you have?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have a litmus test at the door to determine, like, oh, are you worthy of being in here? No, we
Yes.
believe that the Spirit of God is one that is open to anyone, and so you don't need to reserve seats. You don't need to call ahead of time. Honestly, we would love for people just to arrive at our worship service at 10:30 on Sundays and open arms. Just we hope that they feel welcome and at home here.
And let's talk about your services. Is it just on Sunday? What other types of services do you offer?
Yeah, in some ways you could say we're a 7-day-a-week church,
Okay.
in the sense that we do growth groups, which are traditional
Nice.
small groups and Bible studies that meet throughout the week.
Okay.
But our primary service is on Sundays at 10:30, right here in Ventura.
And do you have a pretty big congregation at this point, or how would you say is it growing, continually growing? What would you say?
We're continuing to grow. Right now, we're probably anywhere between 120 and 150 people on a regular Sunday. Nice. COVID's thrown that, thrown a few curveballs at us over the last year. But we're a church, like I said, that we're not too big. I don't think we're too small. That we are able to be a place where you are known and that you're loved and that people care about your name. They care about your story. And we're continuing to see more and more people every single week.
So as you mentioned, you really don't need an invitation to come by. You can just come in and experience the church if you're a first-time participant. No need to come and meet with you personally or anything like that. So that's kind of a nice thing, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. And, if people want to meet with me personally, I'm happy to do that too. I love being around people and, getting to hear people's stories. So, whatever speed somebody needs to go at, hey, we want to do that. If somebody is more inclined to say, let's watch for a few weeks online before we actually step foot in person, that's great. If people want to meet with me personally so I can hear their story, awesome. Let's do that as well. Frankly, we want to be here to help the community, not necessarily just ask how the community can help us.
Very good. Tell us what someone new to the church would experience for the very first visit.
Yeah, so we are we're pretty laid back in a lot of ways. You can dress however you want. We have some people who come, shorts and a t-shirt. We have other people who show up still more in a traditional, suit and tie if they feel more comfortable that way. But the overwhelming majority of people are dressed exactly how they would be Monday through Saturday. Same on Sunday. We feel like we're a very warm and welcoming environment. That if you are somebody that does not want people to say hi to you and you just want to sneak in and not be seen, we're probably not the right place for you because you almost be bombarded by people just wanting to know your name, get to know you, and make you feel comfortable. We have music and we have teaching every single Sunday. Our music is, we're really guitar driven and, more of a band is leading us in worship. We try and keep a relatively short, 30 to 35 minute lesson that is based in the Bible, but in everyday language that anybody can understand, whether you've been part of church for 20 years or for 20 minutes, as well as we have times in our service where if you like prayer over something that you're going through, we don't put you on the spot. You don't have to say your name, but we have people who want to pray with you in a way that you can be almost anonymous if you want to as well.
Sounds like you make it a very interesting experience, not a experience that you would be, opposed to. So that's very good to hear. That's nice. Can you share the website for Crosspointe and any contact information that people may need in order to come and be a part of the church or some of the activities that you offer?
Sure. Our website is actually really simple. It's crosspointe.com, but the thing that will get you is we have an E at the end of point. So it almost looks like crosspointe.com. We have all of our information there on the website. Other great ways to get a hold of us, of course, is through social media on Facebook or Instagram. If people want to stop by, we're over right by the police station at the corner of Saratoga and Ralston here in Ventura, as well as, Google Maps, you search for it on the internet, our phone number, our email addresses, they all show up as well. So any way that people want to find that information, that's great. We are out there on the internet, but crosspointe.com is probably the easiest way.
Good. And so I'd like you in closing to convey a message to those participants who would be interested in coming to Crosspointe and share some of the messages that maybe you would like to give them.
Yeah, I want you to know that if you're somebody that you're looking for a church, or maybe like you haven't been part of church in a really long time or never been part of church, that we are a place that you can feel comfortable. That whatever questions you have, whatever real world things you're trying to work through, we want to be the type of place that you can come in judgment free and find some other people who will help you walk through some of those things. Or if you're just somebody that's looking for other people to be friends with. I mean, we're despite all the ways in the world right now to be connected, people have never been lonelier than they currently are, and we want to be there for you as well. But even more than that, if you want to be part of something that's maybe more significant than what you're just currently experiencing in life, we believe this is the place that you can come in and find purpose and hope and be able to do some things for your good as well as our community's good that you could never do on your own. This would be the type of place for you.
And you can find it right here in Ventura County, which is very nice to see.
That's right.
Very good. Well, thank you so very much, Pastor Matt Adrian of Crosspointe Church here in Ventura. We wish you all the best in the next coming months. And hopefully services will be a little bit bigger now that, we're going to be relaxing with COVID. We'll have more people come by and experience all that the church has to offer.
Sure. We're hoping for the same thing. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Great. And thank you. I appreciate your time, and thank all of you for joining us today on the show. We look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.